Let's wait for Craig to log on. Hey, Craig.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Craig. How do you do? Good, thank you. Good, thank you. I'm just about to finish the training session, but I'm going to hand you over to Craig. I think Bethany is also online as well. We're going to make the host. Yeah, so Bethany, could you kindly make Craig the co-host, and you can share your screen. But Craig has got an amazing piece of software, a serial entrepreneur. Very, very impressed. We met last week, week before in Brisbane. Fantastic piece of software. So he's going to demonstrate this to us. It's called Property AI. And I will, give it over to Craig.
All right. Thanks. Thanks very much, Paul. I'm just checking. Okay, I need to be able to get, have the share screen access. Yeah.
I'll log off, and so you can use my slot as a host. I'll log off.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Right.
See ya.
Right,
Bye. Bye.
All right.
Just 1 second. I'm just trying to make you a co-host. That's all.
Okay, not a problem. Sorry, guys, I'm in a cafe. It's been an extremely busy day today.
And you're good to go.
All right, great. All right, let me just try and do that. Yes, great. All right, so you're able to see my screen there?
Yeah.
Yes, all right. So thank you, Paul, and the Oxbridge Group for allowing us to present what we have. Basically, what we've built is really the social media platform for the real estate industry. So it's an all-in-one platform where you're able to post and run ads once, and they go to all platforms. And we're able to create a whole lot of automations along the way. So a whole lot of things happen in background mode. And the whole reason we do that is to create that consistency and cadence that's really, really important in the industry. So people more and more are looking for social proof, and a lot of recommendations come from social and referrals. So by having that proof that you're in market, you're selling regularly, you're getting great testimonials and all the other little 1%ers that happen in the industry, we're able to highlight that in a consistent basis and in the right cadence so that you're always being seen. Now, what I'll do is I'll take you through a couple of journeys in the system. I'll first of all show how we're able to post to multiple platforms off a few simple clicks. So, first of all, I should say that all of the property data is automatically ingested from Eagle software, and that comes in as a feed into here. So then if you wanted to manually do this in 5 clicks, all of these can be shared on social media. And this is the manual way. I'll show you how that's all automated. What happens here is that we take the information from the CRM, which is, the details of the property, maybe a brief paragraph about it, put in rep details and those sorts of things. We then attach a number of photos, and that, in this case, that goes to the Facebook page. That's the Instagram page. We've got the LinkedIn company page and the LinkedIn personal page as an example. We can also do Google My Business as well from that spot. Whilst I'm here, I should also show you that we fully integrate with Canva via a one button click. And what this enables you to do is add extra images into what you're doing. Now, this is not probably how you would use it, but just showing how it works. And you just click on an image there, make your modifications, and then that turns up as an attachment here, right? So I can just remove it, but that's how simple it is to use. And then you can schedule that post to go immediately or to go at a later date. So, and you can see an example of all the different posts that have taken place here across different times, both now and in the future. And then we have a calendar as well that shows you, what is taking place moving forward. So it's a good idea that that you schedule things out over the course of a week or a month, and there's all the different posts that are planned, and we can also show what has gone on in the past. So all of that just really makes that social media presence very, very easy for an agent. Now, what we're able to do is we can automate a whole lot of that that creative, and so that it can all be triggered off your CRM. So here's examples of a whole lot of automations that have been set, and it's right down to the individual rep level. New listing, initial boost, automated just sold, all of these sorts of things can all just happen, and that's triggered off the changes in the CRM that we pick up. Examples of the sorts of creative that we can create. So this is an example of a just listed that's all very much on brand. This particular company's got a nice strong orange. We overlay the rep and things like beds and baths on the property, run a couple of images, and then run a call to action at the end of it, which is about getting in touch with the rep in relation to this listing. So that's very much on brand and very consistent. If we would also use a just sold, what we see here is, once again, this shows the rep, shows the selling price, shows some nice images of the property, and then a call to action around the company and a call to action for the rep. So that's all very, very consistent. And given that properties are selling faster in market than normal, it's really important to have this content in market, because the average selling cycle used to be 3 to 4 weeks. Now it's 1 to 2. And so you're being seen in market at least 50% less than you would normally be. So this other content to keep you there, keep you relevant, is really, really important. And other great things that automatically happen by the system is recent sales. So recent sales are automatically built for the last 5 days or the last month. And this is, once again, a nice image, video of one property at a time. Once again, this appears on people's social media whilst they're in line getting a coffee or on the bus or something like that. Because prices are good at the moment, that causes interest, and people inquire about how I could market my property with you as the agent, or get an appraisal. So that's that particular part, and we're able to create both images as well as the videos, and they're all automatic from that particular part. Let's go back into this section of the system. And so if we want to take a campaign through manually on how you might want to do this, and once again, I'll show the automated way of doing this. You can choose your different platforms here, both Facebook and Google, but we'll just go with Facebook for ease. We'll just take the default reach. We can target specific locations, and you get audience reach and these sorts of things here. You can even have targeted audiences. Then we've got the choice of what we want to do. So we might want to, let's do this particular video here. It then calculates 16 different versions of that video over here. So that's what it would look like on a standard feed. This is what it would look like in Instagram. So this goes to Instagram and Facebook, all calculated automatically. Then we just add a schedule and a budget, and we're off to the races. So it's that simple. Once again, that can be fully automated. So the way we do that is we create a campaign template. So a campaign template to align with your VPA. So if your VPA for social is $300, we put a budget of $300. We fill these other details out here, and then on a just listed type of campaign, that could be automatically triggered and that automatically built where you don't have to touch anything. So so that just all happens automatically. In terms of branding, all the different brands can be catered for here. So you just load your brand up, all the different messaging. If you want to change the way the message format works in the posts, that could all be changed here. So it's a very, very customizable system. In terms of, let's say, a particular listing, so we can look at listings, for example, and any leads that come in against that, any campaigns that come that are run against it, posts, all of those sorts of things are all captured here, and we're able to look at a shareable report which you can send to your customers. So, so that's all branded in your brand. This one hasn't got any data against it, so it's probably not as good examples I could have found. But we've got that. Each particular property gets its own landing page. So, so you're able to drive traffic to this or drive traffic to your website, but all that is automatically generated by the system with all the different rep details on it. You're able to create your own appraisal page. So run a campaign and get leads off your own appraisal page, and that can all be tailored to the individual rep. So we can add a rep photo here and a rep bio. So an example of that might look like this. I just did this one quickly myself. Not the best example of one, but just I threw this in myself. So once again, I put my image in here, and I put in some things, you could about you. So different awards you've won, or if you anything in your bio, and then something like this. If you won an award, you're able to put those details in. So all of that is all fully customizable in the system. In terms of all of the different apps, we connect to Facebook, Google Ads, LinkedIn, YouTube, Google My Business, Instagram, your CRMs, Slack, and Microsoft Teams. So pretty much all of the apps that you'd ever want to connect to in this space, we connect to, and then we basically make it very easy for you to be able to run, consistent campaigns and keep on brand and in market and top of mind with your buyers and sellers in your local market. Yeah, I don't know. Are people able to? Do people want to ask any questions or? chat. Okay. All right, so just also just going through on the dashboard here, you're able to look at the types of audience and where the people are coming from. So in this particular case, you know, by city, but also by gender. So as a rule, you don't want too many younger people looking at your ads. If you're typically, you know, the buyers and sellers are say 30 plus, so you don't want to see too many people in their 20s clicking on your ads, for example. So being able to do that sort of targeting, or if people outside the areas that you know, that are buying and selling, once again, you don't want that. You want to be able to filter that out. So that's really the optimization of your campaigns. In terms of team-based stuff, you're able to obviously have different levels of team members who interact with the system. We also create what we call short links. So this automatically embeds a link in the page or the ad, so then we can capture different details on how that link was interacted with. And the other one last thing I should talk about, audiences. So we're able to very much target particular audiences, and why this is important is we're able to potentially use a customer list, and we can use that as an audience. We can use that as a seed audience and grow that, which we call a lookalike audience, where it's matched against Facebook in particular's 17 million people they have in their system, and you can look for 2% of that most, or the 1% of that, or the 5% of that most closely resembles that wider audience off your seed. So it's automatically done programmatically in the background. All these sorts of things are done automatically by the system, or with a few simple clicks. We can also take into account your website traffic and traffic off your social pages. So we really have a full gamut of ability to interact in all the different ways on social, and make you a leading agent in your area. So yeah, so I hope that has been helpful in explaining what we can do. Now I'll happily stay on a couple more minutes if there's any questions, but if there's not, then I'll wrap it up in a couple of minutes. Okay, well, it doesn't look like there's any further questions there. Feel free to reach out to me at Craig@property, that's with an I.ai, and I'd be happy to respond to any of those. But other than that, have a great rest of the day on Friday, and I hope all your listings and open homes go well on the weekend. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.